What's up, y'all? It's your girl, D. Simone here, and it's time for sipping on coffee or tea with D. So I stopped by really quick just to share 3 thoughts that was weighing heavy on my mind. Number 1 is we have many abilities that are alike, and we have several that are different. But one of the abilities and superpowers that we have that are alike is the power of choice. The power of choice. So just know whenever you are presented with an opportunity, you have a choice. May that opportunity be personal, relational, or otherwise, you have a choice. So whatever the outcome or present condition that you're sitting in right now, wherever your life is right now, you're there all because of a choice that you made or a choice that you allowed another to make for you. So if you don't like where you are, or you do like where you are, depending on which side of the coin you're on, just always know you have a choice. But what I will say is this: if you don't like where you are, it could start with this. Stop choosing folks that won't choose you, didn't choose you, or can't choose you for whatever reason. Okay? So we have choices. Number 2, when the opportunity arises, may it be, again, personal, business, relational, show up to that opportunity knowing your worth, knowing your value. Knowing your worth, knowing your value. If you show up with any sense of insecurity and not knowing your worth and your value, people can sense that. They can smell it. And they will eat that up. So when you show up knowing your worth, knowing your value, that means you are showing up to try to create a harmonious partnership or a fruitful partnership or a profitable partnership. So you're not showing up as being devalued or a hindrance or feeling inferior. Because when you show up knowing your worth and knowing your value, you show up letting the other party or parties know that they are getting something of value as well. And how you can add, not subtract, that you are an asset, not a liability to whatever the situation calls for. All right? The other thing is just stop waiting for others to validate you, affirm you, or let you know how great you are. That's something you need to already know from within. Listen, people are flighty. They change like the weather. So why would you then put all of your hope, your faith, and your trust in man that can change at the drop of a dime? People can love you one day, hate you the next day. People can love you one day, get tired of you the next day. Hey, listen, miss me with all that. Nobody ain't got time for that. You have to know who you are. Who you are internally. Once you know who you are, then off rip, it won't matter what other people say. Do you know that your reputation Your reputation is built on what other people say about you, what other people think about you. That's your reputation. And people take that and run with it. But what really, really counts is your internal character. And people will only know that once they get to know you. Right? So, with that being said, stop seeking validation. Speak life into yourself. Speak life into what your God-given abilities are. And the only way you can even begin to do that is to learn thyself and know thyself. Once you do that, that's something no one can take away from you. So, the bottom line is, discover your greatness, your gifts, and your talents, and run with that, no matter what others may say, think, or do. So, if they're not running with you, if they're not rooting for you, and if they're showing that their alliance is not with you, cool. It's better to know who you're dealing with rather than to think you're dealing with one person and then you end up realizing that person was truly an imposter. So, again, take your gifts, your talents, and run with that. If they're not running with you, go ahead and run around them. If they're not running with you, then go ahead and run over them. At the end of the day, keep running towards the life that you were destined to have, no matter what anyone else say or do. All right, I'm out. So I just wanted to remind you of that. And hopefully this stuck somewhere and help someone in some way. At the end of the day, peace. Until next time.